Welcome, Binge boys and girls, to episode 118 of the Binge Boys podcast, live from the Atlanta's
New
Georgia.
York City.
We are in Atlanta, Georgia. That is Pearson Kilgore, otherwise known as Gerald, legally.
Logan was today's years old when he learned that.
I think everybody is today years old when they learn this. I never knew that. That's pretty funny. So today we've got a pretty cool epi. We are going to talk about Disney reopening. We speculated about it last week. Disney and SeaWorld are planning to reopen. There it is. And there's his address.
Parents' address.
Oh, please don't. Oh, God.
Spam it.
Spam them with fan mail.
Yeah.
Tell them that you
The
love
more
Pearson.
provocative, the better.
We're going to talk about HBO Max. It's out, and we'll tell you what you can get on it, as well as reviewing Jeffrey Epstein's documentary. Did you watch it, Pearson?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I meant to put a rating on it, but I guess I'll do it live and I'll update it on the spreadsheet.
Okay. As well as Defending Jacob, and Pearson also watched Big Little Lies season 1. So, and of course, we're gonna have to get serious here in a minute and address the weekend's events. But first, of course, as always, Benji's gonna drop that beat, and we'll get going. I'm gonna try dropping it on my computer, seeing if you can hear it. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. Well, an abrupt ending. Thanks anyway, Ben. Before we get into everything, I want to remind everybody that these episodes, the Binging Batch episodes, all of them are all sponsored by Prepped and Ready. Remembered it at the top this time. Prepped and Ready, you know, we've talked about these guys. They're a meal delivery service that services all of Metro Atlanta. Check out their website, www.preppedreadymeals.com, and use the code BINGE10 for 10% off your order. That's BINGE10 for 10% off the order at preppedreadymeals.com. Pearson, do you want to get serious at the top so we can just have fun the rest of the epi?
Yeah, let's go ahead and address it.
Okay, so unless you're living, I feel like even if you're living under a rock, you would still know about this last weekend's events. Basically, we didn't cover it on the show last week just because we usually don't get into these things. The death of George Floyd, the murder of George Floyd, I should say, that was filmed and put on the internet. It was trending on Twitter all last week, all over the weekend, and we had some results from that. It started out in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I believe that's where he was killed. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so he was killed. You know, an officer graphically was basically stepping on this dude's neck with his knee, which is kind of a not right thing to do. Killed the guy. And protests broke out. Black Lives Matter got out there. They tried sending their word, and then quickly things got out of hand. A lot of violence started up, and basically Minnesota burned to the ground that night. And
Minneapolis
specifically, yes.
Yeah.
And in the days to follow, St. Louis, Dallas, Chicago, New York, Atlanta have all fallen victim to this protesting, or not protesting per se, but the violence that that has happened. Protesting is, of course, your right. It's your free speech, your right to protest. We, of course, support that through and through, day in and day out. However, I think Pearson and I and most of the world agrees that once it gets violent, with people getting hurt and businesses being burned to the ground.
What's the problem? Like, it wasn't even the violence wasn't from the people that were protesting the cause. Like, the people that are protesting the cause had a peaceful protest in Atlanta. And I don't know a ton about the Minneapolis one, but I mean, we live in Atlanta. So like, I followed it for most of the night, Friday night when it happened. And I mean, that's the thing. It started peacefully, and then the people with their own agenda came in, and that had no regard for any of it. They wanted violence, and they're the ones that started it. So I mean, the peaceful protest was, it's encouraged, and it's, supported. I mean, I support it. I mean, the murder of George Floyd was completely unacceptable, and every one of those officers that were involved should pay the price. I don't think they're going to get a severe enough punishment that they need, but that's because our justice system is severely flawed. I fully support every punishment they get. It's like I said, it's probably not going to be enough, and I support the cause. Black lives do matter. I support all the protests. All the peaceful protests are, encouraged, and I think, it needs to happen because our country does need to change. There's a huge disconnect, and as far as our justice system to minorities and whatnot in our country, and it needs to change. Bottom line, I hate the violence. The violence is ridiculous because it's
people are getting hurt. People are getting killed. Every hour or so, there's a new video of a person getting dragged by a truck in Dallas. A person getting people running at each other with swords and machetes, and it's
destroying targets,
flipping over cars, hurting law enforcement. I mean,
that doesn't prove anything.
No, it's making things worse. It's almost like, another curfew is in place for tonight.
Yeah, 9 p.m., right?
It begins at 9 p.m. Live curfew. So,
sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Did you watch her press conference?
Whose?
Keisha Bottoms.
Did she have one today?
No, the one on Friday.
Yeah, where she had a bunch of people on there.
Like Killer Mike and on Killer Mike's.
Yeah,
way to get your talk about getting your point across in the best way possible.
I 100%.
Keisha, I think Keisha's she should be the example for the country right now.
Yeah,
how a city should have handled this thing. Hats off to her. She did an incredible job handling the situation and addressing the situation. Couldn't have done it in a better way. Fully support that. I think the rest of the cities around the country should see and should take notes from her and how she's handled things.
And unfortunately, it's gotten to this point. Trump is giving a press conference right now. And before you joined in, Pearson, I was listening to it. And he basically just announced the fact that he is deploying the military to all of these cities that are not complying with their local governments. Instructions on how to do this. He said that he is going to deploy thousands and thousands of armed soldiers to remove the violence. He encouraged, just like we just did, peaceful protesting. That is your constitutional right to be able to do. But I forget the name of the group, but the terror group that is coming in with their ulterior motives, they're called like
Anonymous? Anonymous? Is that what it's called?
No, it's got some.
That used to be a violence group.
Yeah, it's got some specific name. It's like Anlico, or it sounds like Anticos. That's how I remember it. But he declared them, I think, on Friday or Saturday as a
domestic terrorist
organization, and said that those people, when they are captured, they will be serving the maximum of sentences.
Good.
I know that the cop that actually killed George Floyd was sentenced with third-degree murder.
He wasn't sentenced. He was charged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter. He hasn't been gone to trial yet.
Okay.
He's been charged, not sentenced.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what sentencing he's going to get. Judging by our justice system, it's probably not going to be what he deserves. He's probably going to get. I mean, let's be honest, man. He goes into regular prison, like he goes to regular people prison, like he'll be murdered.
Oh yeah,
within 3 months, easily.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so they're probably going to send him to a blue collar prison, and he'll probably get
done so
10 years, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
So, me and Pearson obviously are white. We're not going to sit here and pretend like we know the struggle, because we don't, and we never will.
No.
But we can the only thing we can do is voice our support for the Black community.
Of course.
I mean, hell, our lives, man, this podcast alone is heavily influenced by the Black community, the style, the creators, the musicians,
90%
the filmmakers.
90% of the music we listen to is hip hop. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, we're from Atlanta.
Antifa. Thank you, Emily,
Antifa.
for correcting me. Antifa is the group, but yeah, they're the culture.
Yeah,
we love the Black African American culture.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, you were raised in Atlanta for a lot of your life, right? I mean, think about it. I mean, like I'm born and raised in Atlanta, the outskirts of Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta's. I mean, Martin Luther King and all that. I mean, like what Keisha was saying on Friday, like our capital is built on segregation and the advancement of African Americans and all that. And it's she said 50% of the businesses in the city of Atlanta are owned by our Black business owners.
Yeah.
So our day-to-day culture is heavily influenced and surrounded by that. And I am thankful for it and respectful of all of it. And I think there definitely needs to be something done about the way minorities are viewed in our country. It's not fair, and it's everybody. They're people. At the end of the day, every person, everyone's a human being, and everyone should be treated the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fully for that and fully support that. So
I just thought of it. It might be a good idea. In the description of this episode, I'm going to provide some of the links that you can go to donate to the Minnesota. There's a lot of people have been tweeting out and posting this picture that shows you. Have you seen the picture that people have been posting that shows like all the different organizations you can donate to? I know it's just money, and money is not going to change anything, but it's a start to help. It's yes, exactly, to rebuild. So,
dude,
I feel like we could talk about this for hours. We don't need to.
One last thing I wanted to mention. Did you
say one more thing too?
The dude in Minneapolis, the guy, he was like a firefighter, and he opened that bar, and he put his life savings into it.
Yeah.
And looters came and destroyed the whole place, took everything from him, and he was in tears on the news. He's like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Literally my entire life savings in this place.
Yep.
And someone started a GoFundMe for him, and last time I saw it was at like $850,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. But
so we'll provide all of these links or at least the ones that I can find in the description of the episode as well. When the new episode, posts tomorrow, we will have that picture that we just mentioned in the post, so that you can easily see where you got to go. And the last thing is, again, at the top, I said that we try not to get political. We try not to dive into this stuff. But if you have a platform like we do, where potentially people are listening to and supporting, it'd be wrong for us to not say anything. Every company, and I mean every company, is making, everybody's making a statement, and it felt wrong as much as this I was very pissed off over the weekend, just looking at all of the violence and the shit that's going on. And it made me want to just delete all of my social media, because that's all I saw when I got on it. But we have a platform. We can't not say something, and that's why we released a statement. But it was short and to the point. We support y'all. We love y'all. And I think we can move on, right, Pearson?
Yeah, for sure.
So into some lighter news then. Disney and SeaWorld, as we suspected last week, have set up their are basically setting their rules and dates to opening back up. SeaWorld proposes reopening their parks on June 10th, and their new SeaWorld opening guidelines list as follows. So if you listened to last week's episode and you heard us talk about Universal Studios, this might not sound too different. Face coverings. Guests age 2 and up will be required to wear a face covering when in the parks. Social distancing. Ground markings will be installed at key guest areas as well as signage throughout the park. Enhanced cleaning and sanitation in high contact areas. Employee and guest temperature screenings. Work and sick policies encouraging employees who feel even the slightest remote unwell to stay home. And COVID training. Everybody getting trained up that works there, that, you know, on all of the procedures. Holder's doing the same exact thing for me. I'm sure Pearson is implementing stuff at the restaurant just so people can stay as safe as possible with trying to get the economy and everything back to booming. So that's SeaWorld. SeaWorld's trying to open back up in a couple weeks. So let's hope it goes well, because shortly after that, Disney sets its reopening date as July 11th for Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. Blah, 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 blah. Essentially, the same plans. We're getting required face masks. There is a specific division of Disney cast members that will enforce social distancing. I saw a funny headline over the weekend that in Disney Springs, which is the downtown Disney shopping area that is off-site, there are 2 dudes running around in stormtrooper outfits enforcing the social distancing, and there's a couple of funny videos of these guys like enforcing it. It's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
Same thing with SeaWorld. Everybody has to wear a mask. Everybody will get their temperature checked. I have the same thing at work right now. We have gates set up, people leaning out, taking their temperature with like this cool little, looks like a handgun, but you just push it to the forehead and it just takes your temperature instantly. It's pretty cool. However, Disney is okay, so Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom are opening July 11th. Epcot and Hollywood Studios are opening July 15th. So yeah, looks like Orlando's slowly trying to get their shit back together, and that's good because currently we have a trip scheduled for this year. Don't know if anyone knew that. We were supposed to go to Disney World and Universal Studios 3 months ago.
If you're following our channel, you'd know this.
Yes. And last week, we discussed, me and Pearson at least did, that, you know, if things don't get better, then we might have to push this thing from August to a little later in the year for things to get better. I'm very curious to see how things are going to work out in that respect.
So if we can't park hop, there's no point. Yeah.
They announced there's going to be no park hopping, no parades, no shows, basically nothing fun.
Yeah, we're paying a lot of money to go down there, so like I'm not going down. I don't want to go down for a half-ass experience. So.
Exactly. So if we have to postpone this trip and just take it when things are better, then we'll do that. So it sucks. We wanted to go. If we would have gone to Disney, bro, a week earlier, we would have been in the clear.
My question for you, Logan, at the pace in which we're doing episodes right now, including the batch ones and the side-off interviews, do you think we'll be close to 150?
That is a very good point.
By mid-fall?
Yeah. I'd like to think. I mean, if there's 2 episodes a week by default with the possibility of an interview sprinkled in here and there, 150 could be around the corner in fall. So, hey, we might have another milestone there. We'll see. Couple other quick news stories before we start talking about cool shit. Sony. Sony announced today that they're postponing their PlayStation 5 event that was supposed to take place, I think, Thursday of this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be held June 4th. Their quote was, "While we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see the PlayStation 5 and its games, we do not feel that right now is the time for celebration. And for now, we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard." I actually was really moved by this. I didn't expect it. It just showed me that everybody in the world right now is on the side of George Floyd and
100%.
the American community.
100%.
I should have maybe led with this coming out of the news about it, but whatever. They have currently not a date in place for the reschedule, but I can imagine it'll be somewhere in the month of June. So they're not going to delay this thing 3 months like they did for COVID. They're not going to cancel this. I assume this is just going to be a completely online experience anyway because of Corona.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was really excited, but at the same time, I'm not mad in the least bit that they decided to cancel. I think it's really big of them, actually. Last little news snip bit. Henry Cavill is going to be Superman again. Remember, another thing that we speculated for months after Justice League came out, because Justice League did terrible, but then Shazam did really good, and so did Harley Quinn did really good, and people were like, well, shit, we want our Superman. But he's doing The Witcher. Is he going to have time for Superman? He has time for Superman, and he's pretty much set in stone to be Superman in the next couple DC movies. I like him as Superman, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I do too. Do you think they're just going to can the old Justice League and take Snyder's cut and just be like, this is it now?
They might. If it's good enough,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just weird. I feel like it's a weird coincidence that all of a sudden the Snyder Cut's coming out, and then all of a sudden Henry Cavill is now signed for future movies, What if they end the Justice League differently in this one? And I don't know. I honestly, I don't remember all the events that happened in Justice League now that I say that. Did Superman die?
In Justice League?
Yeah.
Remember, he died at the end of Batman versus Superman.
I knew he died in one of them. I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah. And then, the whole Justice League movie, we're like, well, you're Superman, but, deep down, we know, he'll be here. It's the Justice League.
When did he show up in Justice League? I can't remember shit.
No, dude. I don't blame you, but yeah, he's in Justice League, but at the very end.
Okay. All right.
Remember, they're on the steps of that monument, and they have to, fight him? Because he woke up from his coma and he's pissed off.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I remember now. I literally halfway watched it in the theater and I haven't even thought about it since.
Nah, dude. It was on sale on iTunes last week for $5 and I still didn't grab it.
We're like, please buy this.
I still didn't grab it. They were having a big sale for all DC movies, and I already have all of the other ones except for Justice League.
Yeah,
I don't plan on changing that.
Just wait for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I'll just wait for the
I'm glad I don't remember most of the movie because it's going to be a fresh experience.
Right, exactly. We'll review it as if it was just released. Cool. Well, let's talk about HBO Max.
Yeah.
HBO Max came out last week. I think it came out the day after we recorded last week's episode. And a lot of people are wondering, a few people have asked me, my parents have asked me, some family has asked me, Logan, HBO Max, HBO Go, HBO Now, what's what? And I'm about to tell you what's what. So HBO Go, for those of you who don't know, is a standalone streaming service in itself. You can, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It is not a standalone streaming service on its own. You access HBO Go automatically if you have a traditional HBO subscription through your cable company.
Or if you just have AT&T, apparently.
Yes. There's
Or
no
18
way. There is no way to get HBO Go unless you have a subscription or
Oh, yeah, Go.
18. Yeah, go.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
unless you have HBO with your cable company. That's it. HBO Now is the standalone.
Oh,
streaming
yeah. Okay,
service.
that's right. Yeah.
And the content of HBO Now is identical to HBO Go. The only difference is for HBO Now, you don't have to have a cable subscription to HBO to access it. You can just pay for it like you would Netflix or Hulu. The regular price for HBO Now is $14.99 a month. That's what I used to have when I watched Game of Thrones and all those other series. Now HBO Max is the newest member of the family, and it also costs $14.99 a month. And it combines movies and TV from Warner Media's properties, plus HBO, plus new originals for HBO Max. It gives you everything that you get with HBO Go and Max combined. Honestly, I think Max should probably just absorb HBO Now.
I was about to say they need to like umbrella that because it's way too confusing. And it's one app, and like inside the app, if they want to divide it up by like Max, Go, and Now, like they can. But like they need like just an HBO app, just one thing that houses all of that because it's super confusing. Because you're like, oh, did you watch this show? No, what's it on? HBO Now. I was like, oh no, I have HBO Max. Sorry, I can't watch that. Or like it's there's too much like gray area.
And with this, we did this for Disney Plus and we do it for Netflix every once in a while. People are like, what's the benefit of HBO? You know, Disney Plus has all of the Disney movies, all the Marvel movies, Star Wars movies. Netflix has this. What's HBO Max have? Well, I'll tell you what they have. So first off, they're having a new original series called Love Life starring Anna Kendrick. So that's one. I wonder if HBO Max is doing their episodes weekly or all at once. That's a good question. The other thing that HBO is getting is all of the classic Looney Tunes cartoons. If you're a big Looney Tune person, boom, HBO Max is the way to go. The Not Too Late Show with Elmo, which is a late night talk show starring Elmo, where he interviews people. Elmo will interview guests such as Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, John Mulaney, Blake Lively, Lil Nas X, the Jonas Brothers, and more. So it's like a talk show starring Elmo and the Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
I think it's a family-friendly primetime talk show, which cool. On the Record, which is a documentary series about the music executive Drew Dixon. What is this? Oh, she was the first woman to accuse Russell Simmons of rape and misconduct. There you go. Goes without saying, but you get all the HBO shit: Sopranos, Game of Thrones, Chernobyl, Succession, Outsider, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Sex and the City, Veep, all that shit. You get it with HBO Max. You get all classic HBO shit.
Nice.
HBO Max is also the exclusive streaming rights to the CW's content. So Arrow, The Flash, Batgirl, Riverdale, Nancy Drew, all that shit. All 11 seasons of Doctor Who is available on HBO Max, as well as the British version of The Office. A massive lineup of existing DC movies, including Batman vs. Superman, Joker, Aquaman, and more. And classic HBO movies like Casablanca, Wizard of Oz, Space Odyssey, The Shining, all that shit. All of the Friends episodes, the entire Friends, remember everybody that Friends got taken off Netflix at the beginning of the year, as well as a reunion show between the 6 cast members that comes out later this year. It's also the first U.S. streaming platform that has ever housed the entirety of The Big Bang Theory, the whole show, as well as Pretty Little Liars and Gossip Girl, Rick and Morty. I'm just going through a list, fam.
I see that.
HBO Max will feature several popular Adult Swim series like Space Ghost, Samurai Jack, Robot Chicken, Aqua Teen, Hunger Force. Man, these are striking some nostalgia. Robot Chicken, I haven't heard that in a long time. HBO will also serve as the executive streaming home to other favorite TV series like The West Wing and The Bachelor. So I guess Hulu's getting lost on their Bachelor stuff if HBO is going to get. HBO Max is also going to be the exclusive home of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is pretty dope. Same with The Boondocks and all of the DC Universe shows. Remember that streaming service, DC Universe?
Oh, yeah.
That had Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol, all that shit. They're going to be on there too.
Oh, cool.
Same with Adventure Time. All of South Park will be here exclusively. There's going to be a Green Lantern original series that comes, live action. All of Scooby-Doo. So like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? That'll all be all up in there. Over 100 unscripted comedy specials, most of them produced by Conan O'Brien. And, of course, the House of the Dragon Game of Thrones spin-off series will, of course, be there. And then just a bunch of original storylines. Lovecraft Country, a horror series developed by Jordan Peele, which is great to see he's doing shit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, all of Cartoon Network shit. So they're just getting, this is a butt fuck ton of shit.
Yeah,
has going on. Yeah, HBO Max, check it out. One of us may or may not have access to HBO Max, so we'll probably bring you reviews to some original content that they bring, as well as the Justice League Snyder Cut. You know we'll be reviewing that when that comes out. Pearson. All of that talking out of the way, let's talk, me and you, about Lil Boat 3 by Lil Yachty. Trash. Moving on. No. So,
I mean, that's about all I can say about it, man. This sucks.
Lil Yachty releases his new installment in his Lil Boat mixtape series, Lil Boat 3. Lil Boat 1 was great. Lil Boat 2 sucked. And Lil Boat 3 also sucks.
Not good.
Lil Boat 3 is not good. I think I gave it a 1 out of 5. Not good. Hey, Bucky. Oh, my God. Give us a thumbs up in the comment if you're watching on YouTube for Bucky. Oh, check that out. We're about to get Bucky. Yeah. Bucky didn't like Lil Boat 3 either.
Said that shit sucked.
Oh, my God. Bucky.
So uncomfortable.
Calm down, Bucky. You're now famous.
All right, buddy. Get down.
All right.
It sucked.
It sucked. It kills me to say this, man, but I think the best song on that album is Oprah's Bank Account.
Ugh.
With Drake and DaBaby. That's the, I mean,
Ugh.
okay. Peel back the curtain. If I'm looking at it, I kept a few songs. I kept the one that he has with A$AP Rocky and Tyler, the Creator, just because I thought both of them did okay in their features. And I kept Pardon Me with Future. Future did pretty good in that song, so I kept it for that reason, but I'm not hearing this album. Pearson, do you have any thoughts? I've been talking a long time.
Sucks. Sorry.
Thank you, Pearson. No, there's nothing you can say about it. It sucks. It's not.
Let's talk about freaking shows, something that's actually good.
Yeah, let's talk about something that's good. Lil Yachty's album. If you like Lil Yachty, you'll probably be disappointed with this. So probably you should just not waste your time. Not good. Hey, artists, quit giving us 18 songs. Give me 12 songs. That's it. Big Little Lies, Pearson. You watched it. This was part of our initiative to start watching some HBO shows. So,
Season 1.
Big Little Lies, season 1.
I thought it was like 10 episodes. I realized we were on the season finale. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's HBO does that shit. They'll have like short ass seasons.
Yeah. It got like I liked it. I enjoyed it. It got really good at the end.
Oh yeah.
The whole plot twist and everything, where the new wife is who killed him, was crazy. Yeah. We're like, I think halfway through season 2 right now. Of them like dealing with everything and coping with everything. But yeah, no, season 1's good. I'm still not sure how much of a fan I am of like how it's written to where it keeps flashing back to the interrogations and stuff. I guess season 2, it's now everything like came back together, so it's less of that, like that flashback stuff. Or flash forward, because it's in the future. But yeah, like overall it was good. I liked it so far. I liked everyone's character development in season 1. It's good. Everyone's getting a more in-depth story. How about the plot twist though that her dad or her baby dad, like she was raped by the same guy?
Oh yeah. When I watched that, my mom had watched the series, so she was like coaching me through it, and I was like, "Mom, what are the chances?" And she was like, "I know, but still, like."
I still didn't even think of. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until it clicked. I was like, "Oh my god!" I guess I just thought it was just coincidence because it's like something that happens, unfortunately, like a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a coincidence, and then it was like, "Oh my god!" Like it really is the same person.
So. Yeah. What'd you think of all of the cast? It's an all-star cast in this show.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like the cast. Everyone I think is actually well in the show. They're written well. The acting's great. No, it's a good show. Like I want to, like, after every episode I'm wanting more.
Yeah,
so that's how I know it's a good show for me, at least.
When you're done with the second season, you're gonna be like, what?
Is there season 3?
I think it's in production. Like early stages of production.
Okay.
I think season 2 could have been the end, but the way it ends, you're gonna be like, no.
So I'm watching it immediately after this.
Yeah, it's good, man. Like that finale, I immediately called my mom. I was like, what the hell? So it's pretty good. I'm excited to see what you think of that.
Nice.
Before we get into our boy, well, not our boy. Before we get into Epstein,
your boy, not my boy.
He's not our friend. I watched this show on Apple TV Plus called Defending Jacob. It is a limited series drama, hour episodes or so, and it stars Chris Evans. This is Captain America's big acting debut outside of the Avengers. And the series was very good. Very good. So basically, it's based off of a book where Chris Evans, he plays the DA in this town, and his son gets charged with murder because his son is walking home from school the same route as this other kid is walking home from school, and the kid gets killed, and witnesses point that kid at the scene. And yada, yada, yada. The show is basically a family trying to adjust to the fact that their 12-year-old son was charged with murder. It's very good. Chris Evans surprised me. At the beginning of the series, I was like, oh, man, this guy's kind of a corny actor, man. But as it went on, it's a very good show. It had me wanting more. It's very Big Little Lies vibe. Nice. Very ominous, like what's gonna happen, like it's almost like it's like a whodunit.
I like that.
There's a few plot twists that are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else is in it? What the hell's his name? J.K. Simmons is in it as well. I didn't even know he was in it until he popped up, and I was like, oh shit, okay. Chris Evans' son in the show is played by the kid from It that has the stutter problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's in it. It's very good, man. I would highly recommend watching it if you get the chance.
Right now.
It's only 8 episodes. Yeah, it was very good. I give it a 4 out of 5. The only reason I gave it a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5 is that a few of the middle episodes were a little slow and didn't really advance the plot. They were just filler.
Yeah.
But, other than that, the writing wasn't really cheesy. Like, I basically went in with low expectations because I was like, okay, this dude is fresh out of the Avengers. He doesn't have any, like, we all know that the Avengers cast, they're good actors, but I didn't know Chris Evans was going to be like a good actor. You know what I mean? I didn't know he would be able to give like a good, like, believable performance.
It's like Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is a one-dimensional actor. He can only do one type of movie.
Yeah, and I was afraid of that for Chris Evans, but not anymore because he actually did really good. So props to him. Props to this cast. It's really good, man. It's pretty intense too. Especially the last episode, man. Like it had me like, what the hell? Bucky's back.
He wants to get back up.
Hi, Bucky.
He'll finish out up here.
That's okay. Okay. We got to do it. Let's talk about Epstein.
It's a good documentary.
Yeah. I didn't know the details about this guy.
You didn't?
I didn't know anything about this guy except for the fact that he apparently didn't kill himself.
Yeah. So, okay. So, I had learned a little bit about him. So, like, some of the documentary, like, it really wasn't, like, it wasn't anything new that I hadn't really known. Because I knew he was a pedophile. I knew about the pedophile island and all that. So it wasn't like a ton of new stuff to me. Besides like the interviews with women, I was like, that was the most interesting part, so to speak. To be able to hear like their tales and like their stories about everything was really cool. The documentary is well put together. I liked it, but
yeah, I had no problem with this documentary at all. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. I might have gotten a 5 out of 5. It was really good.
4 out of 5.
You're giving it a 5 out of 5?
Yeah. No, 4 out of 5.
Okay, I think I might have done the same, and I think Zach did the same as well. Yeah, it was really good. I didn't know anything about this guy. I just remember the day that he did kill, the day he died, and everybody was talking about it, and I had no idea who this dude was. I just got onto Twitter that day and just saw pictures of him and people saying he was a pedophile, and I was like, okay, another pedophile's dead. That's a win. That's a win for society and children.
Shit.
Yeah. So a lot of fucked up shit there.
Very.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. The pedophile island, that's wild. The fact that his wife or partner or whatever the hell she is still free, essentially. She denies everything, even though she's pretty much in every girl's story about how she basically was like, come in, have fun with us, blah, 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 everything's going to be okay. It is wild. I mean, I love documentaries. Everyone knows that. That's no mystery.
It's eye-opening for, I think, anyone that even no matter how much you know about the situation, because like there's the eyewitness interviews. But like if you don't know anything about the guy, like it's like you didn't know anything. I'm sure you were like, holy shit, like,
oh yeah,
jaw on the floor, yeah.
Like the beginning of the documentary, each episode, they like warns you straight up. Like there's a lot of detailed stuff in there. So you better be prepared to be uncomfortable. And I was at times listening to some of these ladies' stories. It's horrifying, especially with the fact that they were 12 years old or 14 years old when this happened. It's like, holy shit.
Disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. So my question is for you, why are people saying he didn't kill himself?
People think the Clintons killed him.
Because he was so buddy-buddy with Bill?
Yeah.
That was crazy, too, is seeing pictures with him and Bill. And
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people think that like the Clintons and stuff were involved in this whole pedophile island. Like a lot of high up people were involved in this pedophile island, and like what Prince Andrews and all them, like people like that, and like again, like he was gonna cross the Clintons and he was gonna talk, and so
yeah, I find the story kind of crazy that everybody in this maximum security prison just happened to be on break at the right time. The cameras weren't working.
Oh, dude, there's so much more. Not so much more, but there's definitely more to that story than him killing himself. Like, just ask the doctors.
They showed no sign of the fact that, you know, the way that the sheet was tied, like on the railing. There's no way that he could have jumped, and that jump would have killed him or snapped his neck.
That all in silence.
Yeah, I'm
the same. I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how things happen, and then other things happen, so then no one talks about certain things. Like, because this was going on during the impeachment stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
I forgot that even happened.
It's all a bunch of diversion. It's diversion. I'm sure someone's gonna comment on this and be like, "That guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
you're a dumbass." Whatever. I don't care. It's my theory.
Yeah, I mean, I was just in shock because, like, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah. I should have worn. Damn it! I should have worn my sweater today.
Yeah, you should have. Missed opportunity.
Damn it!
Who don't know? For those of you who don't know the sweater he's talking about, at Binge Boys Podcast on Instagram. I think we posted it. If not, I definitely posted it.
You did post it on the Binge Boys Podcast.
Good. Before we get out of here, let's talk about what we're watching. Pearson, I hate to say it.
Yeah.
And I think you have the similar thought. You might have similar thoughts. I'm watching Space Force. I'm watching Space Force currently.
Meh.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It's not good. It's not funny.
We just finished the third episode, I think. The episode and the monkey thing.
Yeah.
Is that the third one, I think?
I think so.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's not doing anything for me. Like this episode was a little bit better, but
dude, don't get excited.
Did you finish it?
No, I think I've got 3 episodes to go.
So Aaron finished it, and he said like up until like after the 4th episode, he thought it got a little bit better, and then it ended like semi okay. Like it didn't end great, but it didn't like end terribly.
I'm trying to figure out still, like, is this like a connected series, or is it supposed to be like a sitcom where each episode is on its own? I don't know. It's
like it's so all over the place, and like I don't know, like Steve Carell's acting is like
it's questionable in it.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty, dude. Like, let's be honest, it's kind of shitty.
He's putting on this. He also has this weird voice he's doing.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't either.
He's just like, it's just weird. It's uncomfortable. He's so uncomfortable.
He's like, I'm a military guy, and I'm talking in a military voice, and I'm like, bro, oh god,
it's uncomfortable to watch.
Wow. No, it is. I feel like I'm only powering through it so we can talk about it. Yes,
that's at this point. That's where I'm watching it for. Like, I don't care. Like,
honestly, bro, at this point in time, the later 3 episodes could increase the score. But at this point in time, this show's getting like a 2 out of 5.
Oh, it's definitely on trajectory for 2 out of 5. Like it got trashed too. If you see reviews about it, it's getting trashed.
Yeah, it's just
not like threw hella money at it too.
The writing is horrible. It's just not funny, and the acting is fine.
It's the same writer as The Office
and Parks and Rec.
I don't get it.
And John Malkovich or whatever, he's awesome, but at the same time, his characters, he just talks in his voice, and it's so slow and
weird, man. I don't like it. I'll be honest.
All the acting is just so weird in this
show. Everyone seems so uncomfortable.
Yes, it feels like they saw Trump announce Space Force, and they were like, "Oh my God, this has potential for something." And they just rushed a bunch of people together, wrote a bunch of stupid jokes.
They're like, yeah, okay, let's Steve Carell, he's funny. Yeah, just put him there. Let's throw a couple make fun of Trump jokes and just call him POTUS, and then we'll figure out the rest later. Like,
dude, the funniest scene in the show so far is something they gave away in the trailer, and it's when Steve Carell is like singing that song to him.
Yeah, to like calm down.
Yeah, that's the funniest scene I've seen in the show.
I chuckled a little bit during the gorilla scene, the monkey scene.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I did laugh just a little bit. I was like, but other than that, I've just been stone cold faced the entire time, and then I actually fell asleep the first time watching. I fell asleep in 10 minutes.
Dude, I just can't get into it, and it's really sad because we and the world was so hyped
for it. Yeah, I was super excited for it. But
guy, anything else?
Man, like everything has its time. Like everything has its like lifespan, and like they wrote like, okay, The Office, classic. Parks and Rec, some would say even better than The Office. Not me, but some people would say that. Yeah. And it's just one of the like. You can only keep it up for so long, you know. It is what it is. You got a great one, but it's just one of those things. Like I feel like they tried too hard on this, and it like everything seems so forced and like laugh, and it's like, but it's not fun.
There's so many scenes where it's clear that they want you to chuckle, and
they wrote punchlines in, and that's the problem. They wrote the punchlines in, and they didn't let the actors just deliver it naturally. Like if you look at The Office, you look at Parks and Rec, like a lot of it almost seems like it's improv because it's so fluid because of the actors and how they're interacting with each other, not how it was written. I really don't think that like Parks and Rec and The Office, like other than like the core like storyline, like Jim and Pam's storyline and like all that, like other than that, it's really just the delivery around everybody. Like who knows how much of it actually was written, but I that's the thing. I don't think much of it was actually writing. I think it was the delivery and like the interaction between the characters. Like these characters, they look like they met each other the day they started filming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like they don't know each other, and like, they're like still getting comfortable with each other. Like it's so everyone just seems so awkward and just like
it just seems really forced, and it's just not funny, and it's
forced is the right word. Forced is the right word. It's
just heartbreaking. But I mean, other than that, do you have anything else on your plate?
That Chris Evans show sounds good.
Yeah, you should check it
out. Lies. I don't know.
I'm still chugging along at Veep.
Oh yeah, I gotta set my HBO Max account. If y'all have AT&T 1000 internet, like 1000 gig internet, you get HBO Max for free. Hack. I don't know. I haven't signed up for it yet. I'm sure there's going to be some like stipulation where it's like 6 months and then they're going to charge you or something, because I just don't believe anything in life is free. But
yeah. I mean, 6 months.
It might be. It might not be. I don't know. Don't quote me.
Either way, I'm going to go in on. If you do inevitably get charged, I just propose that we all split a subscription or something.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine with me. We have too much shit on there. It's worth it, really.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to pay $15 a month by myself for it.
No.
But I mean, if I can split it with a pool of people, that's cool with me.
You can make a profile, I think, on it too.
I don't got shit watching right now, just Veep, and
we're running dry, dude. Because
gonna finish out Space Force.
Shit's got to get them out, man.
Yeah, we'll have some stuff. We could go back and maybe try watching a bunch of movies that we haven't seen on the movie poster. I might start Dexter. Have you watched Dexter before? Okay. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, that's on the movie poster.
The beginning, the first. I like the first couple seasons the best, but it's very good.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely start watching that after I finish Veep. Cool. But
all right,
I think that's it for this episode, fam.
118 in the bag.
118 in the bag. Let me remind everybody again: PrepReadyMeals.com. Binge 10 for 10% off your order. Follow them on Instagram as well. And after you follow them, follow us. Follow PKiller56. Follow Logan Lewis 96. Zach McConnell. Follow Kaylee, my binging batch co-host at Kale's Tales. subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and I was about to say HBO and Google, as well as Stitcher, Pandora, and iHeartRadio. Pod is on those as well now. It should be, at least. I'll check right after we're done here. Leave a rating, leave a review, subscribe here on YouTube. You know the instructions. Recommend it to a friend, and also be paying close attention to the feed. We might have a couple special episodes coming out soon. And surprise, babies, Binge boys and girls, I started another podcast with a very close friend of mine. It's called What Are We? It's a dating and relationship podcast, comedy, whatever, where me and my friend Lindsay are going to talk about dating. We recorded the first episode yesterday. We're waiting on our fellow boy Benji to help us out with an intro and outro music, as well as one of Lindsay's artiste friends to make a sick logo for us. It's a really cool design. I can't wait for that to get out there. And on the second episode of that pod, I don't want to reveal it too much, but a power player of The Bachelor last season has agreed to come on the pod and talk about dating and relationships as a celebrity. So that's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's going to be a lot of fun. And we're excited for all of that. So be paying attention to the Binge Boy story. We'll probably plug it. We'll maybe even have Lindsay come on as a guest one day, just so we can talk about it a little more. But until then, everybody, we'll see you next week. We'll have our friend Benji drop that beat for us one more time. Everybody, stay safe. See you at episode 119 for Binging Batch. And for the last time today, Black Lives Matter. Show your support. Donate. Links in the bio. Bye.
Bye.
YMCA. Oh, I stopped it before I stopped recording. That's an after the credits.